GravBlocks Plus is a match-3 puzzle game, similar to titles like Candy Crush, Tetris, and Bejeweled. So what makes it so different? Unlike the aforementioned games, GravBlocks Plus uses a gravity system that switches the direction of the dropping blocks. These gravity blocks activate when 3 blocks with arrows that point in the same direction are stacked atop one another. So for instance, if the arrows point left, the gravity will then switch to the left wall, and blocks will fall in that direction. For the most part, this does spice things up just a bit, as it makes you think a little more. Combined with the gravity switching blocks, GravBlocks Plus also has 5 different modes, all of which have unique gameplay characteristics. Challenge mode is a classic style puzzle game where the blocks fall in and the players play for a high score. Destruction is the opposite of challenge, where players are challenged to destroy blocks and clear the screen. Zen mode is like challenge, but the difficulty does not increase. Puzzle has 150 different levels where players are given a set of blocks that must be cleared with only a few moves. Story mode puts players in a abduction style scenario where you have 5 different aliens and they will each give you different challenges, and you must complete 3 different objectives for each challenge in order to progress. While each of these modes offers something a little different from each other, I couldn't help but get bored of it way too quickly. The core elements remain the same, so it's easy to switch gears, but the growing difficulty in some modes can get a bit annoying. When it's taking things easy, single levels can drag on for minutes on end, and by the time you're done with one, you probably aren't too keen to start another. With any game, especially one that derives from the same ideas that Tetris, Bejeweled, and Candy Crush are built around, the player ought to be compelled to keep on playing, as opposed to suck them in and get them thinking, just one more level, just one more level. I didn't get that with GravBlocks Plus, and seeing that I usually tend to like puzzle titles like this, I was rather disappointed. Now let's be real here, nobody intends to have their eyes dazzled by a puzzle title, but neither do we expect to be put to sleep either. Like its gameplay, the presentation of GravBlocks Plus is also quite bland. Backgrounds are usually a mixture of black and gray with color thrown in every now and again. The blocks are usually the biggest source of color, quite the opposite from Tetris. On top of that, menus are very flat and lifeless and they look pretty cheap. Then we have the creepy aliens with some pretty weird animations playing in the background. Surely, while a visual spectacle isn't expected, GravBlocks Plus doesn't do a lot to at least make things look a little bit pleasing. It's just bland and boring, just like its gameplay. Okay, I think I've knocked the game down quite a few pegs already, so let me say at least one good thing. The game's soundtrack is actually, well, kinda alright. It's nothing special, but at the same time it's not as flat as the other factors. The game features a techno sci-fi soundtrack hybrid which matches the outer space theme. I found this to be a pretty nice touch. In all honesty, I found the music more compelling than the actual gameplay, and that ended up playing puzzles longer just for the sake of listening to the song behind it. All this is bittersweet in itself, that still doesn't change the fact that the sound work wasn't badly done at all. From Nothing Games have created themselves a pretty mixed bag of a title. The game's overall fun factor is just as random as its gravity changing system. In other words, in some ways it goes up and in some ways it goes pretty down. Even so, I can't really call GravBlocks Plus a bad game per se. When you have something like The Letter in the same online store, to put it in the same category as that? Yeah, that's just kinda cruel. I think it's best described as being a title that fits in that fine gray area between meh and yeah, you'll either like it or you're gonna hate it. Considering that it is an enhanced port of a mobile game, one shouldn't expect much. But when there's something like Edge on the eShop, the lack of overall quality cannot be excused. In the end, I honestly can't recommend you to play it, nor can I deter you away from it. With about 100 levels to complete, the $5 title will keep you occupied for a while, if you intend to play through it all. So if you're really interested, it won't burn you to take the plunge. But just remember, if you don't like it, in space, no one can hear you scream. So with all things considered, how does GravBlocks Plus stack up? On the good side, we have lots of content to explore, and the music is pretty catchy, but on the downside, levels can get long and really tedious, and the graphics are lay average at best. So with that said, I had to give it the score of 5.5 out of 10 with the title of Like It or Hate It. With a $5 price tag, I will recommend you to only give it a try if you're really interested in puzzle games, otherwise, just leave it alone. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure to check me out on my personal YouTube channel, Extreme Azure. And of course, check out my articles on Nintendo, PlayStation, and Gaming Enthusiast. And of course, make sure to check out the sites in general, as we have a lot of great content. So until next time, have a great day, great evening, great night, whatever time of day it is. Have a good one, and I will see you later. This is Akira Ramming, signing off.